Oh my god, I can't ever get this freaking entry right. One day I will get this entry right, because I panicked then because there were too many buttons to click. And this is one of those irritating games where everything cuts off if you click outside the window. But, friends and enemies, distinguished guests, people who are in possession of souls, we are back. It is Saturday. I hope everybody is having a really nice time. We are playing Chicken Police. I got gifted this for fairly obvious reasons. So we're gonna play Chicken Police, and look, I love the aesthetic already. We're going film noir. There's like a little chicken person here, and like a chicken colonel, and like a lovebird. I want to say, is that the bird? A lovebird. But yeah, we're doing something very interesting. Are you a police who is a chicken, or who polices chickens? I am a police chicken. Gaming Science Redeemed says something nice about himself. Okay. What do I want to say that's nice about me today? I'm struggling today. I'll be honest. For anybody watching the VOD, I've recently installed a channel points reward that makes me compliment myself because I don't do enough of that. So, my chicken brother, makeshift, how is it going? Welcome to the chat. We are trying to make me think of a compliment for me to say to myself because Time Lord just redeemed one. And can I think of one today? I can type above average speeds. That's the best you're getting out of me at the moment, Time Lord. My ability to touch type reasonably quick. I think that counts. Like, I feel like that might be phoning it in a little bit. Cantex, welcome to the chat. How's it going? I think I'm going to call that one a success. I can type pretty damn quick. Complete all, and then go back over there. I'll be honest. This game was released about a year ago. It was on my radar then, and for some reason I didn't buy it. So I'm pretty glad about that. I don't think that was a very good one. Well, okay, I tried. Does it count? I don't. Does it count though? Okay. I've been able to grow a beard since I was like 13. And it's a pretty good beard as well. It's not patchy. It goes from ear to ear. The only bit that it struggles with sometimes when it's very short is where the mustache joins the rest of the beard. That's a compliment, right? I'm complimenting my beard. It is a pretty quality beard. We could talk about this for ages. So we've had two. That was two for the price of one, which I'm going to count as one complete one. We've had my ability to grow a beard since I was 13, and my ability to type above average speeds. I feel like I'm going to have to prove that at some point, but we'll go. We're just going to... We're burning daylight, people. We're going to start Chicken Police.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds, Yeah, sure. Why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
I am...
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
That was a lot all at once. I am... Oh god, the aesthetics of this game. The aesthetics of this game are so far up my street, you have no idea. Am I gonna have to, if I have to fill in any chat, if there's any like text reading that I have to do that's not voice, do I have to do the same accent? Because I don't think I can do that. I love the noir style. That was a lot. That was a lot, right? All at once. Aesthetically, tip top. LA Noir is on my stream list. But yeah, aesthetically tip top. Intrigued, no idea about the gameplay, so we're just gonna get on.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Of course it is. Is that because you're an ibex? Is that what you are?
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Are there any classy dames in chat? Raise your hand if you think you're a classy dame.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
Dolly punching me in the face. I'm a dude, so no. You know, a dude can be a classy dame. I consider myself a classy dame. Are you able to consider yourself a classy dame, or does somebody have to tell you that you're a classy dame? We're asking the important questions.
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Huh. Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on. Spill it. From the beginning.
There's no, like, I'm looking...
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
I'm like looking... There's no... I'm not on the screen, but I'm looking around the room. Playstyle and UI is very Gabriel Knight 1.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid.
It's a bit more
But
behind
I
the
think I'm
camera
gonna end up
than
dead in here, whether I like it or not.
a bit more behind the camera, which is I'm not necessarily my last cigarette.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
Let's get your gun. She might have a knife. Live in fear that everybody you know secretly has a knife. Cheap whiskey. Stuff on the floor.
I don't even know what
Papers.
these papers are.
I don't even know what these papers are. Cheap whiskey.
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays. At least in this price range.
Not expensive. And DollyWhiskers proving my point with the frog with a knife. Chicken with a knife now in chat.
The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground. We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
What would the daughter of a parrot and a chicken look like exactly?
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not
I bet
only
Abby
because
would
I
know.
woke up
Yeah,
at
where's
the
Abby?
harbor
Abby
without
should be
my
called.
gun, my badge, and my pants.
Jazz prohibition.
He was a genius. Some say he's now a recluse. He was a genius.
I missed that. Did they say jazz prohibition?
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
I could just listen to this guy talk at this point. Yeah, light switch is probably a good shout. And now we can see everything.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
I don't think I need to click a typewriter.
I promised my...
A pile of papers and a phone. Let's talk to Deborah.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
I might need to start saying what the clock in every single sentence. I hope chat doesn't mind.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
I can't decide if my brain is happy with the weird amalgamation of animal and human. Like, the line, it's strange to me. And this, I can't decide if his head is actually a photo of a chicken that's been edited into this situation or a cartoon, because aspects of this looks photorealistic. It's like they've stuck... Yeah, it's really weird. It's pleasing me. New function, questioning. The cat just opened the door to the office. They're coming to get me. I can now question. Okay, focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. John Doe, subject. This fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus. The suspiciousness. Impressions, suspicious. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? I can't read people. How am I gonna be able to do this? Especially cartoon animal people. A new impression. Question. So many options. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Blah blah. I like that. Plus 100.
I must be cautious and
Oh,
smart.
front angle.
This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Who exactly? I must be cautious and smart. That's everything they just said. They seem shy. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Sweetheart.
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're alright? Tell me which part of the city to live in. You're not very... They are shy, so calling them out is not very confident is probably bad, so we're gonna go... This is where you find out how my brain processes, like, cues for conversation. Whether or not that's ever going to be correct will be interesting.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Told you it's a weird one. The animals, the word games and jokes, the animal-themed double entendres. Would not be surprised if they make whole jokes. I mean, this is literally my brand on the nose. Time Lord. Don't call me out like that in chat, Time Lord. Wow.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Okay, that was a positive. Stop playing the Fright and Pray, Sunshine, and start singing. They're shy, so no. Why did you visit me on this particular
Why did you
evening?
have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
I can click that as autoplay. So if I click once
You know
more, does
what?
it just trick
I'll
through?
just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
It does. Okay, do you even know what you want? Were you born and raised in Clawville? Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
I mean, is anybody else creeped out by the chicken full front, like the chicken frontal face? It kind of weird. They have very small, pointy heads. How did you get this address? I'm sure it's not intentional, but are you toying with me? What do you want from me? What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me? I think that's a valid question. Surprised they didn't call her Dearborough.
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Why is it?
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Did the way that she said that get a weirdly sultry off as they went through, or was that just me? Even some sort of jam. Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work? This is just too risky for me. I can't take the case. Let's pretend you know. So we're going. I don't like jam, so we're not going with the jam. Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work? Are you in some sort of jam? Let's pretend it's neither of those two.
Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious? Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No
Sweetheart.
offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
I think I feel like I've
Be
nailed
honest
this conversation.
and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Oh no, not the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Nice, I'll take that. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to read context clues. Wow. My feathery gods. Do you want to start taking out? So what have we had? What the cluck? I'm going to write some of these down. What the cluck? My feathery gods. Yeah, I'm going to write some of these down as I go because that's good, just good branding. Deborah did it in the library with the candlestick. I knew it. Wow. Final thoughts. The legendary chicken police Final thoughts. The legendary chicken police back in action. Still a bit weary, but untarnished. Good work. I don't know why I said it like that. The employee Natasha currently is other even. Yeah.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
What was it? I'm assuming it's this. Here you will see all essential items throughout the case. So I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. Molly... Oh, Molly was on the wall.
I know Molly very well.
Oh, we got voiceover.
Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Was Molly the wife or the child?
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby.
Oh, it must be
the waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
User P of. How do I pronounce that name? User, I think it's the wife. You are correct based off what they said. But welcome to the chat. Thank you for speaking for the first time. Diggy Z, I beat you to it. Ha ha ha. But yeah.
Mr. Featherland?
How are you doing, user? How's it going?
Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent
Not
with me.
blackmail.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
That a rabbit person? That was a rabbit person. User, I'm doing good. You? I am doing pretty good. This game seems so far up my alley. Like, the aesthetic, the music in the background, the chicken detective. If you hadn't noticed my username, it's RightBigChimken, which is an alternative spelling of chicken.
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
I'm just really not looking forward to a time when there's no voice acting in this game all of a sudden and I have to do a fake film noir accent, because nobody wants to hear that. I've got like literally a billion notes just from this conversation. The notebook is filled. The notebook is the detective's best friend. Here you gather vital information about the case, the suspects or the victims, and locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or picture in your notebook to read the translated version in your language. Like, there's a bunny person called Lewis. I'm not gonna deep dive that too far. The game has told me if they'll.
Thank you again.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Now that I have a cigarette, am I going to be asking somebody for a light everywhere I go? Can I call Lewis? 555932. 5 9 3 2.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
The rabbit man's got a stutter.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Okay, I have notes about him being a rabbit and the game saying it was a quick hop. I have many notes. Buddy person!
The good old rabbit.
Rabbit
I can always
person.
count on
What's
him,
the difference
even
between a
on
bunny
New
and a
Year's
rabbit?
Eve.
It's New Year's Eve.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Or do I just
Behind
leave?
that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
There isn't a difference. People tend to use for use bunny for young rabbits. Okay. Like. Scene types: main scenes, limited scenes, closed scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes are also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by main story progression. If you are a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main scene. Closed scenes cannot be reached for the time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Okay. Ket refers to them all as bunnies, no matter the age. I mean, you refer to it. Some people refer to cats as kittens, don't they? I'm not saying it's bad, because I'm pretty sure I do that. We call our cats everything under the frickin' sun, so... Pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available. Nice. Okay, so police station. Where do I live? I guess I'm done with where I am. Clawville PD, here we go.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk.
Don't drive drunk,
my whole
people.
life's work, but still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
I do not... My brain can't comprehend seeing a chicken directly from the front, and I don't know why.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Mole people. A porcupine?
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
I think it's a porcupine. I want to say an echidna, but I don't know what now that I've said echidna out loud. And you, I think, are a ferret?
Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
I mean, a porcupine is similar to a hedgehog, but that doesn't look like a hedgehog. Echidnas have more pointy noses. Okay. Our community has lots of in-depth knowledge about animals because we're all animal people. Like, literally animal people. I'm a chicken man. We got a dragon in the chat, a frog.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back, immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief.
For the crown, for the king, public service, we need you, citizen. Protect, serve. Can I speak to the hedgehog men?
Well, look at that.
Oh, God.
Hey, Sonny, what you scratching out over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bird. By the way, you're in luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, gods. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Yeah, you jerk.
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
I mean, they're gonna literally be pigs, aren't they? What have we got? I'm just loving the difference. We got dogs on the door, like 2 dogs. Mort. Let's go speak to Monica.
Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city.
I'm just gonna work our way through the scene, I think.
Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird.
Hummingbird?
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those 2 prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
So, like, did I sign? I guess did it assume that I'd signed?
Hey, Sonny.
Sure, everything's fine.
That's nice. Life is best if you let the adventures take you with them. That was one of yours, actually. From the old Sonny. You used to love saying nice little things like that, remember?
I try not to.
We can't erase the past because we are the past ourselves, am I right?
Stop that right there.
Okay.
I guess I don't need to sign anything. Or... Hello, we're not getting into that. We're here to see Marty, whoever that may be. I'm assuming it's another chicken, right?
Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time?
What the cluck?
Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be, but neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Chat, I want to go on record and say there is a lot of talking in this game so far, and I'm not going to be one of those people that talks over it, so I really appreciate you for being here along for the ride with me.
Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic.
What are we thinking so far, though? Are we intrigued? Are we excited? Are we horrified? Bosco. Of course, that dog's name is Bosco. Shooting range is over there. Let's have a chat to Bosco.
Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog.
Enjoying it so far? What do you think? I'm really intrigued. I'm just very aware that there's a lot of talking happening.
The cat dragged in.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know that lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. I wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, blood boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kinda lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
Dolly, do you think I could pull off a pair of suspenders? I think I might look like my dad if I tried that. Officer Barkman, Officer Jardine, yes. Oh. Those kind of suspenders. No, not like thigh highs. Why would I wear that? What? How is that relevant to what you're viewing right now?
One of Blood Boyle's favorites. Mainly because he's a dog, of course. One of Blood Boyle's...
Can't talk to him.
Officer Jardine.
I can't talk to Officer Jardine.
Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be... This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Are we gonna see another chicken man? Oh, it's another chicken man. Exit, nothing on there. Poster. Keep your gun clean, Mr. Lawman. Hey, you. If you let the ammunition boxes open, if you left the something about ammunition boxes open again, I'll kick you in your clucking ass, Marty.
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a
if he had the gun and you're bleeding, why is he in charge and you're being punished? It's mysterious. It's mysterious makeshift. We're gonna find out. Marty's guns. Shooting practice. Marty. Ooh, lots of guns. Big Bertha.
Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha 2, because there was one before her. A sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week. But once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored.
Not enough Tommy guns. Tommy guns were a thing, right? Linda?
I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained.
Is that a Tommy gun? It is a Tommy gun because there's the cartridge for it.
Claudia. Tiny, dark, and angry, and hits you where it hurts the most. I know her well. Marty calls her Susie, and I have to say, this little she-devil pulled us out of many tough situations over the years.
What's my gun's name? Do we know? Does my gun have a name?
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now.
Okay, chat. I need a name for a gun. Somebody give me a cool name for a gun. Let's talk to Marty. What are you wearing, Marty? Thought you were wearing overalls for a second. Jim is not a good name for a gun.
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
And do not say Tim either.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here.
There we
Hello,
go.
Boss
There's the Tim.
Bird. What, are you
Inevitable
lost?
Tim.
This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on. Let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty. You shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
I kind of want to know if I can use my gun on the... Can I use my gun?
I haven't dusted.
Can't use the items in
haven't
my
dust-
inventory. Okay. I would like to use the shooting range. Get a hint? No? Okay. I can right-click to reload. Is this going well? I don't know. Is that good? 10,000? Okay, let's try. Not for 10,000. Is that... I did it! Second try! Woo! Leave the shooting range. We like that.
I was just about to go when you came in, so if you want shooting practice, maybe turn on the lights first.
I beat your high score already.
I'm gonna do that.
Marty, you suck with your silly name guns. Oh, I'm tired now.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah, very funny. We're good, by the way. Mostly. As good as we can be after all these years.
Glad to hear it.
She asks a lot about you.
Really?
Yeah. She always hated you for getting me into trouble all the time.
Understandable.
But she also felt sorry for you.
Oh, well, thanks. That's much better.
If I'm honest with you, she loved the chicken police, Marty, better than this one.
Well, I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Whatever, Sonny.
So are we done? I think we're done, right? He's coming. He was happy to come with us. Let's go.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city, then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells, too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
Blood Boil is a bloodhound, because of course he is.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Eesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
Speak to
The
Blood
chief
Boil.
doesn't seem to be
Look
in
at
a
him,
good
he's
mood.
such a good boy.
But he never is, actually.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
I know that
Damn.
voice actor.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
Blood Boil is Vesemir from The Witcher 3. I think.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off
Nope.
right now,
Swear
Santino.
words. Nobody listen to the swear words.
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first.
Now, say goodbye to Monica.
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
I like the way the glasses just on a bird's nose. Hilarious to me. So we're not going to our usual coffee's place. They lied to me. I wanted coffee.
Time to go, partner. It'll take half an hour or more to get there.
To the club, then.
Dolly, would you
I'm
be
curious
wonderful and
about
pass
the
me another
show.
Coke, please?
Look, Marty, we're not going there to have fun, okay?
I know. We worked together for 10 years, remember?
9.
Oh, do you have any gum?
Of course not. Chickens don't chew.
I was going to
Well,
say.
I'll go crazy on a long ride without it.
And I'll go crazy from you beaking it.
Sonny, it's a pleasure working with you again.
The chickens not chew.
Midnight had passed.
Look at
and
them in the
intoxicated
car.
Madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs.
Thank you
and
very much.
billboards. like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
The best boys. Where's the bunny man here?
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Yeah, Lewis is here. I wonder what Lewis is doing here. Striptease. Lewis, the cute bunny man, is into, like, burlesque. Confirmed.
You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
The fact that they are all... There's a certain amount of, like, implied intermingling. Like, chickens and chickens aren't necessarily just pairing off, because, like, Santino was married to a lovebird, and so on. So Marty's wife, Laura, could be anything. But the fact that there's also racism, considering the amount of breeds of animals that must exist.
My city is on fire.
Ah, a job with benefits, huh?
Don't be tasteless.
Oh, I get it now. The title. Do you think it's about the Great Fire of Clawville?
Did you ever think of being a detective?
Ah, very funny.
What did I click then to get that conversation? It was like here.
My city is on
Oh,
did you?
Ah, very
What am I clicking there? There's nothing there. Or is it registering as the poster? It must be registering as the poster. My city is on fire. Ignore me, I was clicking over here. Hotspot is huge. Lewis, what are you doing here? You're too good for this world.
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I
Dream
thank
sequence?
him for that?
Or kill him for it.
Oh.
You're reading my mind, boss.
I wanted a I remember it like it was yesterday moment. Stalk lady.
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
I'm gonna call it
When
early.
you're
Bunny
old
is
and
secretly
wise
evil.
like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Imagine if Lewis was actually evil. Look at him. Look at his little folded hands.
Let's not bother.
Okay, boss.
Bouncer, fancy car.
Do you remember
newspaper?
when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working
Bunnies
together
can't
again.
be trusted.
Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
You want to explain why bunnies can't be trusted? What's so untrusting about a bunny? Look at him and his little furry nose and his long boys. There's a song about that. Bunnies not being... There's a song about bunnies not being trusted. Oh. Bunnies. Yeah, the one from Buffy the Vampire Slayer you're talking about, right?
Huh. I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Epur si muove.
Oh, bless you.
It means, and yet it moves, bird brain. An old wolf named Galileo said that.
Oh, I see. And what did he mean by that?
Dunno. I think there was something wrong with his stomach.
Ouch.
There's so many interactables.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Iveria.
Of all that's furry. Whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
So, are we concluding that Averia is where all the... With a name like Averia, that has to be where all the bird people come from, right?
One day, neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Cluck off, Sonny.
Cluck off?
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
Billy Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in. Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
Oh,
We're
yes.
expected in the
Of
VIP
course he is
lounge.
French.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Okay. They don't want me to be... no, being police is bad. Avi, welcome to the chat. We are playing a game about chicken police. I'm late, but I'm here. Always appreciated regardless.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Can we talk about the fact that that sheep is wearing a sheepskin coat? Like a sheep fur line, like my dad had one. It's something to do with sheep. Lewis C. Hayworth?
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Bunny Man is going to
that
get
so?
me in.
Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
I'm not going to show him my police badge. We're going to be good. Let's go speak to Lewis, because he's going to get us in.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary chicken police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
I can take
Look,
us in
Lewis,
with you.
That bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable.
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh.
I just typed
I
in chat,
see.
and I need to remember that the sound cuts out when I do that.
I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
See, Bunny Man's
Much
gonna get us in.
obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Aworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
Naturellement, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
I was saying, we can get in. I just had a thought. Do I need to save this game at any time? No, it must be auto-saving. Never mind.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Well, I guess they got his name wrong, but he did call them pigeons. That's got to be disrespect in this world. Yeah, so there are like seemingly a billion different types of animals in this game, and they're all like quietly racist to each other. So this game is so, there's a lot, and I can't stop listening to the it's brilliant. Brilliant so far.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
For reals. There's a deer man and a jaguar and a ferret and a wolf and another deer man woman and there's a llama woman and a goat woman and a cat and some movie posters. Let's go left to right. I feel like we're just gonna go left to right in all these situations. A bird person, Avi. Look at him. Look at the bartender's majestic hair. Fancy whiskey? Is this free?
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know? All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good. and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Thank you very much for all those chickens, Sky. Never had that redeem being more appropriate, yeah. We're gonna go left or right. There's nothing over there, nothing up there. Let's talk to the bartender.
A man's best friend.
That's not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
Oh, I see, right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
Also, in a world where there are dogs and cat people and bird people and shit, why would they know the term a man's best friend? Sorry, I tried to time it not to go over the dialogue. It's fine. I appreciate you regardless.
2 whiskeys, kid.
I just can't
and no horsing around.
Oh, no.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water, too.
Long
okay?
face.
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
Don't be shy, son.
Still talking to yourself, huh? Gentlemen, your drinks.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks anyway, Bojack.
Ugh, my name is not Bojack. I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so... Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good, Bojack. Tell me, Hey Breath, have you seen Natasha
Hey, Breath.
tonight?
Not yet, sir, but she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job,
Big
and
Nose.
we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
They're all so horrible to each other.
No thanks.
Mr. Ed. Hello.
Hey, there's Fillmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Fillmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to. Well,
Speak to me, Fillmar.
If it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Fillmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Fillmar Lowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clapped tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Fillmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
I barely spoke to 2 people. What's happening? Where even were they? There they are. Okay, let's keep going left to right, everybody. I'm enjoying this game. I could listen to the chickens talk all day. You're done with you?
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Is that a squirrel? Do squirrels have pointy ears like that? I don't think so. A big
So,
buck.
Where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What if,
I feel like Santino might be me in 60 years' time. If I became a policeman and an actual chicken.
This is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
I was going to say he reminds me a little of your dad. Wow. Shade thrown in chat, everybody. Shade thrown in chat. I'm going to tell my dad that you said that.
I was hoping to have missed.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
You're an actual chick. You're not an actual chicken already. We've been bamboozled. You've seen my face, I'm pretty sure, Sky. But okay. I did a solid bamboozle of y'all.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
I'm really disappointed that the alpaca woman isn't clickable, but we're going to continue on. Henchman. Oh, why is Ivan is a mouse? Can I look at all of these? Let's go. The Loudest Howl, Cassidy Lupus, and Cassandra Ruby Faye. He has the case. He has the girl. He has the gun. He is the alpha. Bogan and Bandicoot. The Big Sheep. Hicks Poodle. Is that a bird? Murder my tweet. Dog and birds kissing each other. Veronica Kate, Robert Fodder. This done for hire. And done. Okay, I'm surprised that considering Ivan is like a, I don't know why, but Ivan being a mouse confuses me. Henchman?
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not. Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Sweetheart.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
What a nice crime boss.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you. Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
But I clicked it. Oh, we're going to get to an interrogation in a second. I feel like I'm not talking enough. This game is just all-encompassing.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive her, detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
Wessler's a tricky guy.
Creepy front view.
Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Okay, so tricky. How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail? The eyes are creepy.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No.
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
mistrustful. You seem very busy, man. May I ask what you do? Why didn't you just call the police?
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend? Do you really think we're that stupid, mistrustful, secretive?
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe because she's my girlfriend?
This rat is going out with a cat.
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley. If you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Gently beat around the bush. Were there any similar incidents in Natasha's past? Do you find these messages dangerous? Are you Natasha close to you? We're not going to question his relationship. You spend a lot of your time here.
Do you spend a lot of your time here?
That's a strange question, you know.
Humor me.
Well, of course I spend a lot of time here. I'm here every time Natasha performs. Sadly, yeah, it's getting rarer.
Is it compatible with your other businesses?
Huh? What? Writing threatening messages and hiding them?
I didn't say that.
You're sly for a foul, Featherland. But this ain't your territory, is it?
I guess not, Mr. Wessler.
I'm not doing very well. I quick-tempered and that one seems...
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you?
I was trying to beat around the bush.
Yes. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No recent friction?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
I mean, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Specific and ruthless, the mob boss and the pussycat. How did you even meet? Have there been similar threats in the past?
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
I am not doing very well. The mob boss and the pussycat, how did you meet?
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse, So, how was it, when was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend. Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Okay, we're in the positive, everybody. So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger. And she's still going out alone. Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, huh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, she didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not.
And we're back in the negative.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
I did terribly. I don't... Do I start that again? Ivan's trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to the threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. Do I wanna... I'm gonna have a freebie. I'm gonna skip dialogue, but I want to try once more. So I could end up with a worse one. Let's continue with decent.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I could end up fixating
I have
on that.
no doubt
Super
about
hard.
that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Oh my god, her eyes are in color. That means she's a main character. What is happening?
Sonny. Sonny.
PTSD?
Chloe still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
That
Chicken.
was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
The chicken front view gets me every time, weirds me out. You only ever see chickens pictured like this. When a chicken is looking at you, do they turn their head to the side and look at you like so they're seeing their, I don't know. I haven't actually interacted with that many real life chickens. Does a chicken look at you dead in the face? I don't think they do. Oh, that is cute. Nobody yet.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Ahem. You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
I am so... I didn't realize how... I didn't realize how much I liked film noir. This aesthetic is just so... I feel like I've said nothing this entire stream, and I'm really sorry if that's bothered anybody in chat. If you're still here and you're not following, I'd really appreciate a follow, but I've said so little so little while playing this game. Yeah, I'm lost for words how good this feels. A naked cat photo. Okay. A chicken. Oh, it's one about that. A chicken police story. It's one about Marty and Santino. Free comic book. Does that mean I have a comic book of my own adventures to read? Oh, it doesn't. It was a secret. It was a fight. It was like a discoverable. What's the word? Collectible. Discoverable is not a word.
Gee, that is a unique picture.
Risque.
And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old
Look at the
friend of
bulging
mine.
eyes.
A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
What else is in this cat's room? Who would live in a house like this? Mirror, cat. I feel like I'm avoiding everything, but I just want to click on everything to hear them speak more.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
They're really good voice actors. Yeah, I'm not sure how budget this was. I was considering the...
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha.
Considering the
Peaceful
game, I
little
was
island
expecting
on the
this to be
ocean of
really poorly
madness
made, but it's
with
actually
very
really
classy
fabulous.
Furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
Is this chicken gonna bang the Catwoman? Let's just jump straight to the point. Is there a romance here? Because that's like the film noir stereotype, right?
This woman's aware of her charm.
We get it. She's charming.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a dirty
In a
glass.
But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Dames is
Oh,
trouble.
You are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
The entendre is out of control, people. The entendre is out of control.
Natasha is a confident woman.
Front
I
chicken.
can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
She's confident. That was a remarkable performance.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
That picture on the wall is quite daring, confident, mysterious. TLB, thank you for the redeem. I will have a sip of my water. How's it going? Oh, I just poured water all over myself. Just so you know, everybody, we'll be switching to Stardew Valley after this chat. So we need to whiz through it. Lots of things just happened in a very short amount of time. Dolly came in, PLB redeemed a drink. There's this weirdly well-bodied Catwoman. I like the little animation, like the slight, everything's moving. Not just her, the paper, the book. That was a weird line, a road I just went down. The place is very elegant, and so's your room. The picture on the wall is quite daring. I have no idea which one of those.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
Okay, let's not make it weird.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
What can you tell me about Ivan Wessler? Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
This whole case stinks. What are you trying to make me do? Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats? Why, Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me? I've got to go get this label printed and ship her. Thank you for the stream. See you later. Bye. We'll probably still be here. Have a nice time. I know what Avi is shipping. I'm very excited. It's American snacks for me and Dolly, I think. Otherwise, there was a long discussion about my home address yesterday that was potentially a little bit confusing. This whole case stinks. What are you trying to make me do? Old, mysterious.
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept. My ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore.
That's a bit rude.
Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
No one's ever seen the culprit, not even a shadow. Could the threats have anything to do with your dangerous relationship? I suggest you lie low. What about Filmar? Is he here because of you? Ooh, is it Filmar?
What about Filmar? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that.
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect? A dark shadow from the past, an ex-lover, a husband maybe. Confident and scared.
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
Clearly he has.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
It's the pointing
You're
finger
right,
as
you
well.
shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
You played me from the start, didn't you? What exactly do you want from me?
You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
Oh,
You're
you're
damn
not.
right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
Dead? Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
I felt that questioning went better. Yeah, 90%. True detective. The threat, or rather the threatening word in the messages sent to Natasha is simply whore. It's brief, but it says a lot regardless. It does.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Okay. I feel like I have said very little this entire game. It is so intriguing. I'm enjoying the aesthetic. I'm enjoying the dialogue. And I just want to say thank you to everybody in chat who is still here with me, because I feel like I've not been my usual entertaining self because I've just been paying too much attention to everything that's going on the screen. I shouldn't really apologize for that. I'm playing the game. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, we're about to switch over to Stardew Valley to play with DollyWhiskers for the rest of the evening. So this is the end of the Chicken Police VOD. So I'm going to do a usual closing thing. I'm going to hop onto the BRB screen, and then we're going to start a second game for the evening. So what I'm going to say to you is, everybody, we've been doing this all year. It's not really been very long, has it? It's what? We're 7 days into this year. I try to do a de-stressor at the end of each game that I play, at the end of each stream, at the end of each VOD, however it works out. So where I play 2 games of an evening, I'm going to try and do the same thing and just sort of cut it off. So if you're sticking with me for Stardew Valley, I appreciate you. You'll get this twice. I'm going to ask you to unclench your jaw. I do that as a stress thing. I clench my jaw, something fierce, so stop that. I'm going to ask you to remove the tongue from the top of your mouth, because when I'm sort of sat there doing something, my tongue pressing on the top of my mouth, and I want you to drop your shoulders. I want to tell you that I'm glad you exist. I want you to stay strong and that I'm proud of you. The world is a very strange place at the moment, and I appreciate everybody that has shared this game with me, because God's sake, it's so on brand for me. I'm sort of speechless. I am sort of speechless. But yeah, that's it. So if you're leaving with the end of this game, don't worry about that, and I hope to see you around some other time. And if you're sticking around for Stardew Valley, I'll be on the BRB screen for a couple of seconds while I do some little bit of admin, and we will hop into Stardew Valley in a Discord call with DollyWhiskers. So if you just bear with.